welcome to the episode. This week we have four crazy adventurers out on a journey. We have John Seiler riding his stallion.
I'm a cowboy, big, shoot.
We have his not-so-twin, John Scott, riding his mare.
My mare's name is Philip. You will respect him as such.
And we have Ryan riding his burro.
This is my Red Dead Redemption.
And I'm Lou, and I'm standing off to the side, embarrassed at Johnny Depp. So
We all are.
We are watching. What year is this? 2013.
2013, the finale to our, I guess, Pulp hero?
Yeah, kind of Pulp. Well, the reason we are adding this one is because Green Hornet is technically a descendant of the Lone Ranger. And mostly it's also because this is a modern Western pulp character that meshed well with Zorro. And I've never seen this movie. Have all of you guys seen it?
I explicitly remember going on a date to see this movie.
I have not seen it.
I also remember
Did you have a good time? Wink, wink.
The theater suffered a brownout, and then everyone started yelling refund right in the middle of the theater, the dark blackened theater, and then it turned back on.
A brownout? Like, everyone shit themselves?
No, not Josh Gad shitting themselves. I'm talking like the theater lost power for a hot second.
Oh yeah, that's happened before, yeah. I'd usually call it a blackout.
So this is a 2.5-hour movie, so we're going to be starting right off the way. If you want to count us down, John.
All right, y'all, we're starting this off in 3, 2, 1, go.
Right, so we have... I feel like every single time I say Paramount, and I'm not going to say it, and I don't remember who did this movie.
Lou, we're not watching the
It's
goddamn
Disney.
shadow. Stop making the shadow happen. Or not the shadow.
Yeah,
So-
also, like, by the way, you can't watch this on Disney Plus, you guys.
Yeah, somebody has the rights for this movie.
Somebody
It's not sharing.
Somebody really wanted to hold on to the rights of the Lone Ranger guys. Like,
It's probably Crackle.
Well, like a good old cowboy like I am, I'm gonna take this shot of whiskey and have a good time.
So this is oddly, besides just being a Western, written by the same team as Mask of Zorro.
yes. And produced by Bruckheimer, who, if you don't know who Jerry Bruckheimer is, he's done a lot. I have a fact about this date in a second. And it's directed by the guy who did the first 3 Pirates score, Verbinski.
Also, this isn't even like Gore Verbinski's best Western in the 2010s. Like,
Also, this
comes
isn't what
out,
Gore...
this comes out a year after Rango, which, by the way, you've never seen Rango. It's amazing. It's so good.
Also,
So did
Gore
he just do a bunch of Johnny Depp movies?
Oh, yeah, I'm in. Yeah.
Also, this isn't even a movie Gore Verbinski wanted to make. He wanted to include werewolves in this movie.
Having seen this movie could use more werewolves.
He has an interesting IMDb because he did his first big movie was Mouse Hunt,
Yes.
Yeah.
which I love that movie.
Mouse Hunt
He's
is
like-
Coen Brothers for kids.
Because he's also like one of those guys that like was a big music video director that then got into films.
Yeah, so he did his first big film is Mouse Hunt. Then he did The Mexican, which is that weird Brad Pitt.
Julia Roberts, Brad Pitt movie.
Yeah. It's
Neither
the
of them are
Mexican starring
big,
So
right?
really quickly, before you
starring all
continue,
white people.
I just want to point out, they said the year was 1933. That is the same year that the first Lone Ranger broadcast happened.
Okay, because this is like a jump into the future, I'm guessing.
At the time, yes.
So I
Verbinski
believe,
did, after The Mexican, Verbinski did The Ring, which was a huge hit,
yeah.
and then Pirates, 1, 2, and 3, and then The Weatherman in between those movies. Then Rango, and then Lone Ranger, and then his last movie he did was A Cure for Wellness, which I haven't seen yet.
I've heard good things about.
I have also heard good things.
And he's
And
been
he
like
was suppo-
ready
and
to
he
be
was
doing
supposed to do-
Bioshock for like the last 4 years.
Kimosabe.
Johnny Depp.
Well, is that him in all that makeup?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what's like.
Wait, was that kid just eating peanuts off the shells?
I
Like,
guess
shell
so.
and all?
So
Also,
wait,
really
is he supposed to
quickly-
be a statue, or what the hell's going on?
He's
Well, he's magic.
No, he's like he works there.
Wait, so this is like a Wild West show, like a
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild Bill Hickok or whatever
like
thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's the mouse from Mouse Hunt, you guys.
Oh God.
Oh, he is eating the peanuts with the shell.
So do you guys know the backstory behind this movie? Like,
I know the backstory behind the whole crow thing.
no,
But-
behind this movie particularly.
No, wait, the crow is alive?
No, I guess I'm talking about the Lone Ranger movie itself.
Yes, I know. I was just distracted by the crow starting to eat something.
But yeah, this was canceled at one point, like prematurely because of budgetary concern.
Well, because they basically.
This movie cost like a stupid amount of money for some reason.
I have it here.
$25 to $250 million budget.
Yeah.
Okay. On
what the
Box Office
fuck?
Mojo, it's $215. Well, I do remember this is what Armie Hammer did after that Justice League movie died.
Also, after The Social Network, because that was his big movie.
Yeah, because he was supposed to be Batman.
Also, this is Hans Zimmer doing the score. I just want to point out.
Yeah, well, this is the Lone Ranger theme.
Oh, I know, and he does a good job at transitioning it.
Okay. So I listened. Am I the? Oh, well, I guess John, Scott, you listened to the audio drama. So. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted by this bad makeup, or whatever this is. It's so bad. Like, can we call this red face?
Well, I mean, that's what the entire
That's
movie
basically
is.
what it is.
Yeah.
Like, there's like an interview, like, there's like a Lindsay Ellis like whole thing about like, Johnny Depp and the Lone Ranger, and he talks about how he has like native blood, but
Yeah.
it's like not enough to like quantify him to be doing a role like this, and he also like doesn't really name the tribe that he's a part of, which is like
Yeah.
kind of just like even worse.
Well, I know, like, I had like a class this summer that I took, and I did like a lot of research into like Native American stuff. And because I did a DNA test, and I'm not going to claim I am any real Native American, but like it's like 7%, which is like infinitely probably more than Johnny Depp. And basically every site says like, unless you like grew up in tribal life, like you should never claim it, like ever.
No. Like also, it's like which not to call upon your like ancestors for doing bad things, but it's like you're part like whatever of like of a
Yeah. So we have
Like,
oh, sorry. I was just gonna say we just have
okay.
our introduction to our returning star of Green Hornet, Tom Wilkinson, and then
I was just gonna say that we have also Tim Burton and Johnny Depp always hang around her at Helen Bonham Carter.
well, they were married. Well, her and
Tim Burton was not married to her. I'm going to confirm that right now. That was never said they were married. They were partners. Also,
Okay.
I just want to point out this movie is Quentin Tarantino approved. This is one of his 10 best movies of 2013.
Well,
I'd love to know what his other 9 are, but I'll look it up on my own.
it's just like I feel like I'm trying to like say like this is oddly. So one of the things from listening to the audio drama that I liked was like it gave the origin right off the bat, which just has given us no origin so far. Because the Lone Ranger is a good guy, like through and through. Like he was a Texas Ranger who survived, and having not seen this, I really hope that they go back and show us all that stuff.
Yes, Lou. Well, they were able to tell the origin story immediately. This is going to take 2.5 hours to give us the origin story.
Yeah, because the origin story is actually like kind of interesting. That like, and it's very like old timey Western in a good way. Like it's very Wyatt Earp, where it's like he goes out with a group of Rangers, including his brother, and that guy's from Supergirl. Let me look up his name. I can't remember. He's like a big he's like the number one henchman in Supergirl.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
I'm gonna have to look through the cast to find his name.
There's our pretty boy.
So I've only seen. I know he did that really big movie. What was that, like last year, or the year before, that he was nominated for?
Call Me by Your Name.
Yes. The only other movie I've seen him in is The Social Network and J. Edgar, which
He's also in The Man from U.N.C.L.E., which is fantastic and underrated as shit.
Yeah, I have not. That's been on my list for a while, and I have not.
That's a fantastic movie, and I wish that had gotten more love. I really do. He is also in Cars 3.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I've seen Cars 3. I like Cars 3.
And he's also in Sorry to Bother You, which is absolutely bonkers if you've never seen that, folks.
Oh, is that the weird horse thing?
Yes, Lou. I mean, spoilers, but yes.
No one knows what I'm talking about.
He's also in the Free Fire, which is a good movie, and he's going to be in the upcoming Death on the Nile from our favorite director, Kenneth Branagh, director of the classic Artemis Fowl.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. So the guy from Supergirl is
Kenneth Branagh, Mr. Loveless from Wild Wild West.
Yes. I'll just confirm right now, this movie does not have a giant spider. Oh, it's William Fichtner. That's the guy from Dark Knight, the bank guy.
Oh, he's in a million things. He's the sheriff in season 1 of Preacher.
I still haven't seen that show.
Preacher's really good. Oh man, now we're gonna have Asian people in here. I feel like this movie
Where do I know that actress from?
I feel like this movie wants to be like Shanghai Nights, but it's way not as fun. That's what I'm gonna.
I wish they made a third one.
I like that you said Shanghai Nights and not Shanghai Noon.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the first one. That's the name. For some reason, Shanghai Nights sounds better in my head than Shanghai Noon. Yes, so that's Ruth Wilson. She was in Luther, Locke, Jane Eyre, and Saving Mr. Banks are her top things.
Okay, so Luther is the thing I know her from then.
Yeah, she was in The Affair. She's in the new His Dark Materials show too.
That's why I recognize it. I've seen her from promos, and I still haven't seen that show yet, even though I really want to. Wonder if kids see that and was like, what kind of toy is that?
So this is like, I don't know why, but like I know people like I feel like this is the era, or like this is suffering from the lack of, or like the idea like, oh, we don't need origin stories. I feel like by not having origin stories, we're now stuck with all this weird like exposition of characters we have no connection to.
Well,
By not starting it off with
concern with this movie I had like when I saw it 7 years ago, and this is the concern I'm having right now, is they could have easily shaved off an half hour out of this movie.
because right now I'd say like I like the look of it for the most part. I do think it lacks like, because it's obviously like it's only 7 years old. Oh, but like there's an aspect of like Zorro, because it's supposed to be the same time period, that like it looks better.
This is basically Johnny Depp, but it's an Indian, or not Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, because his whole look he took from like a painting of something of like Crazy Horse, I think. Something like that, right?
Once you see more of the character and hear him act more, you're gonna be like, this is Jack Sparrow. But it's
because like again, listening to the audio recording.
It's pretty impressive that you can take a piss and kill 2 people.
Yeah, he's definitely doing a Jack Sparrow, which is goofy.
yeah, like he's the
But,
part. Yeah,
I feel like that because like I have like some connection to the Lone Ranger in the past, and listening to the audiobook, it's like that's not what Tonto is. So is this their meeting?
kind of.
Because this is so much worse than what the audiobook gave. So in the audiobook,
Kind of how they first met. Kind of.
did you get to that part in the audio thing?
Yes.
Yeah. So in the thing, like, the Lone Ranger gets there all killed, and he gets saved by Tonto, and then Tonto reveals that. Oh my god. Tonto reveals that the Lone Ranger actually saved him when he was a kid. And so he was returning the favor. And I was like, oh, that's such awesome backstory to like give them such a good connection to each other. Oh. Wait. Did you say that's William Fichtner?
Yeah.
I actually don't mind him being cast as a villain.
Oh, he can definitely do a good villain, I think.
I forgot he calls them like Wendigo the entire movie.
Although I do feel like they ripped off Jonah Hex with his look.
You know,
well,
of
I
all
think
the
it's like
films
funny
for
because like the
reference,
villain in Rango is like a snake, like a rattlesnake, and he also has like the same like facial scar around his mouth.
Well, yeah, I just mean like I'm not referencing the movie. I'm just saying like the character of Jonah Hex. Like,
I have not seen that movie in years.
oh, that's it's so bad.
Is that prime commentary material?
No, it's so much worse.
And that's how they first met.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Because, like, again, to go back to like the radio play thing, to have it be like a revenge thing by the Ranger makes so much more sense.
Well, give it time. Again, this is a very long movie, an unnecessarily long movie. Like, I give the movie credit. At least they're using like a lot of like practical big sets here.
Oh yeah, but like it's also like how many other movies have they done like big Disney movies at this point?
I mean, this was the year after John Carter, so.
But I mean, like, so this is. But I mean, like, this team. So this is after three Pirates movies. Three Pirates movies.
Four Pirates movies. Well, three Pirates movies, yes, with the same creative team.
Yes. So like, of this, of this team. So yeah, and four total. It's like they were given beyond carte blanche.
Yeah. To be fair, though, that third Pirates movie, as much as I love it, is a fucking ballsy movie for a big blockbuster.
Oh, they're definitely a great trilogy, and like I think the second one only works because the third one is so good.
Yeah.
Because like, and also in those movies, the best character I would have to say is David Jones. Like, he is so well developed in those movies.
Oh, I agree, absolutely.
Also, amazing acting. Okay. So like I get what Johnny Depp's trying to do and also not trying to do, like I don't even know what you would call it. Indian voice, like American Indian voice. Because that's what Tonto has and everything.
He's trying to do the voice from the radio play.
Yeah, but he's also not doing it at the same time.
He's adding Jack Sparrow in.
Yes. Because, like, in the radio play, it's like he's very monosyllabic. Like, this is very Pirates here.
Yes.
Yeah. Which I think is like at the end of the day, this might be just like the problem with the movie, where it's just like, oh, Pirates theme, make us another Pirates that's not Pirates.
Yeah, it's I feel like
the most like Pirates thing ever, but not Pirates.
Yeah, I feel like it's piratesy in all the wrong ways. Like it's like, oh, big set piece, Johnny Depp being a weird character.
And there's like a big set piece like later in the movie that I think is actually like really rad and kind of works, but
I think I know what you're talking about. I was gonna say the same thing. It's what the whole movie should have been like.
I also think, like, so far from what I've seen of Armie Hammer, whatever like direction they gave him to do this character is not good.
The direction they gave him was dull as a sack of bricks and kind of a dork.
But like, kind of a dork could work, but like, he should be like, he's a ranger. Well, I guess in this he's not. He's what did he say he was? Like an attorney?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand the reason to make him like an attorney. It's like to how would you? I don't even know how to explain it. To make him weaker up front. I also feel like, again, from like the things I was reading this summer, this movie reeks of one of the like the main problems of like how American Indians, Native Americans, whatever, indigenous people are shown in media. Like them, they're always like the mysticism around them, and that's all they do. Okay. I feel like this movie is Pirates times Wild Wild West.
Yeah. It's actually the best description you can have for it.
And as much as I don't like Wild Wild West, I feel like it might be a better movie because one, it's not as long, but I think the character, like the actors in it, have way more chemistry.
I just want to point out they survived this. And he's not even the Lone Ranger yet, but they survive it.
I always hate this bit. All right, I guess that was a little bit better with that thing helping, but it has such a tired movie trope. I would love for that, like a movie for that to happen, and then they just two of those characters just die. Have you ever seen The Other Guys?
Yes.
You guys? Like, I love what that like all the tropes that plays on. Like in the beginning with The Rock and Samuel Jackson. So he just knows how to do judo.
Comedy. Also, the guy who plays his brother is he's from Iron Man 3.
Let me see, James Badge Dale.
Yes.
Yeah, he's in The Departed, 13 Hours, World War Z, Iron Man 3. Oh, he's like the other bad guy. He's like the number 2 in Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
He's the one that wears the Iron Patriot suit.
Exactly.
Wait, he has the family in this?
Yeah.
That's also weird.
Yeah, probably to give him more of like, hey.
Yeah. And again, it's like it's weird that I'm like
wait. Let me like listen to him talk for a little bit. Because he sounds like Adam Driver.
Luke, can we put the subtitles on if possible?
I don't have subtitles for this.
It's fine. I'm just saying he sounds like Adam Driver in Star Wars. Oh, maybe not. There was like a couple voices where I thought he just had like a really deep, low voice.
Well, he is a giant dude who has like Adam Driver. I think he's like 6'5". Because I think that's why they wanted him as Batman, because he's a goddamn giant son of a bitch.
There's like a moment where he like takes off his shirt and he has like it's like he's hiding super broad shoulders.
His shirt's like halfway up his chest, almost to his pecs.
Yeah, he's 6'5". He's a big son of a bitch.
Oh, he's a big dude. All right, I want him and Tom Welling to be in a movie together. 2 tall boys.
Well, that's where like that Justice League movie had like such a cool fucking cast, and like I do think he would have been a good Bruce Wayne and a good Batman. Like,
oh, I agree. I don't doubt that.
And I've listened to radio and like he was fucking a crazy person because he went through like hardcore. I think it was still they were doing that weird Krav Maga thing, and he was like training with all that. And
There
like
was supposed to be a documentary about that came out, but it never happened.
I don't remember if it did. I can't remember what that Justice League movie was called.
Justice League Mortal.
I think
Justice League World what?
Mortal.
Well, but like I remember listening to an interview and like a homeless guy in Australia, because they were in Australia, and then the writer's strike happened that killed that movie. A homeless guy pulled a knife on him, and he used his Batman training to take the knife away. And then he also kept the knife like a madman.
I'm gonna be related to you one day.
Hi, I'm the villain of the movie. Nice to meet you. Actually, I don't know if he is the villain of the movie, but he has very. I got a feeling, guys.
Oh, you mean the guy who played like Marconi? Isn't that what he was, or was he Falcone?
Falcone.
Falcone. Oh yeah, Marconi was Eric Roberts, right?
Yeah.
In the second one.
It's like, wait, you mean the guy who played the bad guy in The Patriot? I'm shocked.
Yeah, the bad guy in The Patriot, the bad guy in the first Batman, the shitty dad in Green Hornet that we just watched. Oh, and interesting that they're Reed, which is the same last name as Green Hornet, and that's because they're related. But yeah, I think it's weird because, like, wait, it's his brother's wife or is it his wife?
Oh, it's his brother's wife.
Okay, because that makes more sense. Because, yeah, in that audio drama, he goes out on a thing because he's also a ranger, and his brother tells him if anything happens on this thing to take care of them, but he's also a ranger. So that's like,
and when he's like, take care of him, he's like, have sex with my wife, bro.
No, I'm pretty sure by the time he finds them, she's dead. And like the kid is an orphan and has been raised under a different name to protect.
What, in the radio play?
Yes.
Oh my god, they wouldn't do that in a 2013 movie.
Well,
yeah, it's actually like really. It sounds goofy, but like if you take the plot points, it's like really interesting. They're like, oh, he saved this Native American boy when he was a kid from like something. I think people were trying to kill him, and so then that guy saves him when he is like miraculously not dead when they get like jumped, and then he's like, oh, I can't go back because they'll be looking for me. So like I'm dead. That's why he becomes the Lone Ranger. And then yeah, he ends up going and finding, I think it's the last part of that first episode, is finding the kid.
And it's like his brother deputizes him in this movie.
Yeah.
That's how he gets the badge.
See, this is like unnecessary. I feel like you can just have him be a ranger from the jump and just have them be like badass brothers, but he's the younger brother. Actually, he doesn't even need to be. Just so that the brother dies.
It's symbolism.
Where did they film this? Because that doesn't look like an American desert.
They filmed this in
Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, and California. Oh.
So yes, it was an American desert.
Yeah. I guess I don't think of American deserts looking that like giant, like Saharan duny. Like I think of them more like this.
Okay, do you want to know who was supposed to compose the score for this movie?
Oh, I just saw it. I don't know how I feel about it either way. Do the rest of you want to guess?
Yeah, you want to guess who was supposed to compose this before Hans Zimmer stepped in?
Junkie XL.
No. But good guess. Ryan?
If I'm reading right, do you want to say it, Scott?
I will read it. It is Jack White was supposed to compose the score.
That would have been. I feel like for what they were going for, that would have made more sense to have it to be more like a modern rock.
Can you imagine Jack White doing the Lone Ranger theme? Hookers.
Yeah, like it's just lame. Like this is like so long of an intro. So like, how far are we into this movie?
Again, they could have
We're
cut.
a half hour in, and he's not the Lone Ranger yet.
They could have cut a half hour out of this movie, and we would have been fine.
I think you could have started like probably here, with like just him as a ranger with his brother, and just had them be brothers. And even if you want to make him the younger brother, like that he's only been a ranger for a little while, but that he's already been a ranger. Like you didn't need to have the whole backstory with him being a lawyer and educated, so he's a fancy man.
Meeting Tonto before becoming a
Before
lone.
in that way, yeah, it would be more interesting if like he meets Tonto and then Tonto tells him the story, and that's the flashback. And that like here he like his brother's like, oh, if anything happens, take care of my wife and kid.
I love that he has the very obvious white hat that's like a big like
Bullseye
right there. Just also
so
this film got 2 Oscar nominations. I just want to point out.
for what? Like
visual effects and makeup and hairstyling.
Well, there's a lot of makeup going on. I don't know. It's a lot of dirt. They're really good at putting dirt on people. So yeah, I'm booking in March 2022. Columbia Pictures announced that they were going to make a Lone Ranger film with Classic Media because they had the rights at the time, which I guess that's before the rights lapsed.
Can you imagine if they had that with the Green Hornet and they made a crossover movie of somehow, like they kept both rights?
Yeah. So they were going to have husband and wife producers Douglas Wick and Lucy Fisher do the project. Douglas Wick he produced Stuart Little and The Gladiator.
Oh, speaking of which, the tone was supposed to be similar to The Mask of Zorro.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for like the pace of this movie is worse than The Mask of Zorro.
Again, you could have cut a half hour or 40 minutes out of this.
But this is a Columbia version. So then in their version, they basically wanted to do Tonto as a female and make her the love interest. And they wanted to be a $70 million movie.
So basically The Mask of Zorro.
Yes. And then Weinstein Company was interested in purchasing the rights.
Ooh.
But it fell through. And then
Bruckheimer got it.
Yeah, entertainment rights. Yeah, and Bruckheimer bought it and brought it to Disney, and basically to do like, oh, let's create a second Pirates franchise.
Oh, so Johnny Depp was cast right after Pirates 3 came out, so right when he was still like profitable.
Okay, I'm sorry, but like, why didn't Armie Hammer just stand up?
Oh, because he had a horse on him.
Also, like
horses are famously heavy.
Like the horse story in the audio play is fucking awesome.
Quick, give him the extremist virus. He'll heal.
Oh my god. So in the audio drama, while he's chasing for revenge, his horse dies. Like him and Tonto, his horse is too slow to catch up the guy, and the guy shoots his horse and kills it. And then they have heard like a legend of this like white stallion.
I'm sure he's fine.
Yes.
We got another 2 hours of this movie. We'll be fine.
Yeah. So like,
Oh my god! If this is like some like avant-garde like movie where he gets like shot in the back, and then we just see this like an empty prairie for the next like 2 hours.
No, we just follow a crow for the next 2 hours. But yeah, like the audio drama, like how it tells like the whole horse thing of like his horse dying, and like it's very Red Dead, like with the horse, and it plays so much better.
Speak up, you got something in your mouth.
Oh man, I didn't know they had cherry gushers back then.
Also, his Western accent is terrible, especially like Fichtner's doing a good. I like his bad guy Western voice. Like it's
Oh, yeah,
very.
that's right. They put this in it. They put this in a Disney movie.
Is this PG-13?
Yes.
I guess they don't show it on screen.
I mean,
oh, he just got him. I thought he was going to slice his throat. Wait, is that one guy who I think that is? Shit. I'm gonna have to look because I see Barry Peppers in this movie.
Well, like one
He's
of them
not
fell
showing up
from the
till-
train, and I just assumed he died.
He's not showing up till later. Barry Pepper.
Okay, so the guy I was talking about is James Frayne. He's in. Oh god, these are all except for one of these. So he's in The Count of Monte Cristo, but I've seen him in a bunch of things. He was in Agent Carter, the first season of it. He was in Grimm, The White Queen.
What'd he do? Did he just like stab him?
Yeah, I think he just stabbed him in the
More
gut.
importantly, Lou, he was Azrael on Gotham.
I thought he was gonna
Was he
like.
really?
Yes.
I thought he was gonna cut out his heart and put it in a jar and drink it later.
No, they couldn't steal that directly. But he's also in Tudors, and he is in a bunch of stuff. He's a good.
John, we couldn't show that, even though Disney got away with hanging a kid in Pirates 3.
Well, they didn't show that. They totally cut away from that.
What are you talking about? We just saw a movie 2 months ago that showed Josh Gad shit in sand. Like that's on Disney Plus. Like, and you can't show a human heart.
Oh, also, I'm dumb. The biggest role I think this guy has is he plays Sarek on Star Trek Discovery, Spock's dad.
Oh, okay. That's
and
nice.
He's really good in it.
Also, I think we missed it, but I think like one of his friends betrayed him.
Yeah. So again,
It was
that
the old
is
drunk guy who likes who likes ladies.
His friend that he like known for like 2 minutes was like, "We've known each other forever."
Again, listening to that first episode of the audio drama, it's like this is an amalgam of like the 4 stories it plays.
This kid has been standing here listening to this story for 45 minutes.
Kid standing here in real time for 2.5 hours. I hate this makeup. How did this makeup warrant an Oscar nomination?
This is like so Jack Sparrow in an annoying way, and the feeding the crow.
Right? Thank you. Thank you.
Like, I feel like this child is us now. Like, wait, you didn't explain things.
So that boy is... I know I've seen him in stuff before. He's just done a lot of TV stuff. He's on... he was on that show Speechless on... He was in the Goldbergs for a second. He was...
It's like very weird that this show has...
He was Eddie Munster in the Mockingbird Lane pilot.
Oh.
Which we never watched.
We should do that for Halloween.
Okay, we can do that. Okay, so I have one... What the hell is
mate,
that thing that he
took
stole?
a cell phone.
Also, why are these graves... Okay, this is something I've like... At least their graves are kind of shallow. But like, why are they so perfectly square like a bulldozer dug them? And how did he do this by himself?
Man, he's just a good craftsman.
Guys, magic, come on.
Oh man, naked ladies.
So this is where like if the flashback was that like he helped him as a kid, this would all make more sense. But we've only seen Tonto be kind of like a douche, and that didn't help. Like, I don't understand why to even have him do that. Like, you're making this character some like way worse than he is in the 1930s audio drama. Holy shit, you're fucking kidding me.
That's how he gets the horse, Lou.
Oh my god, that's so much worse than the thing from the 1930s. The thing in the 30s is fucking cool. The thing in the 30s is like, so they go after to like try to get the horse, and the horse is fighting a fucking buffalo, like one-on-one. And it's like describing the horse getting like stabbed.
No, the
and
horse is magic, and it's telling Johnny Depp that he's
oh my god, they describe it so well too. They're like, and the crimson, like the crimson streams are flowing down its white back, like as it getting stabbed. And right before the buffalo charges with a death blow, you hear 2 gunshots.
Nope, magic horse. And Johnny Depp's like, I'm pretty sure you're wrong. And horse is like, no, I'm not wrong. I am magic.
Also, like, this is very like, oh, like this is like Kung Fu Panda, Shazam, like all those like, oh, this is the destined hero, but the destined hero isn't who you think it is.
It's the other person we've been paying a lot more attention to.
You're like, oh, like, we didn't think that you were like very much up to task, but you really became the hero that we thought you'd be.
I didn't think I would be so angry after listening to a like half-hour radio drama from the 1930s about how bad of an interpretation. Why did it just show it shooting?
Yeah, then he's gonna drag him through the plops, man. It's funny.
It's for the kids, guys. It's for the kids.
Yeah, man. Kids love horse plops.
So, Lou, so far, which is worse, this or Artemis Fowl or Bloodshot?
No, like this in the end is better than those two. Like, I will say
this is worse than Bloodshot.
There's at least one really cool action scene in this movie.
There is, Lou. Once you see that action scene, I think your opinion will change.
Okay. So the other thing that they stole from like that first, it feels like they just listened to that one, is that in it, it's like their first adventure where he's wearing the mask and he goes to go save a bunch of pilgrims because they hear that, not pilgrims, whatever they are, like a wagon train. God damn.
He's so mad. He's so mad.
He smells the horse plops.
Get it, kids? He smells poo-poo.
Wait, so...
Oh my god, this is so dumb. But like, that's who, like, they like find out they're like, oh, the people in there are betraying them. And they're actually... It's problematic for like 1930s, but like,
This is worse.
The 2 betrayer guys from the group are working with like Sioux Indians to like they're like bring people out to this area and let the Sioux kill them. They take the money and the Sioux take all the horses. And like that's their deal. Also, when we watched Zorro, we were halfway through the movie already at this point. And I think it had one more set piece, way more character development, and we gave a shit about everybody. Okay.
You're not Indian.
Okay, so that character would never call himself an Indian. He would call himself by whatever tribe he's part of.
Well, because then they would have to go and they would have to research the tribe and the people and the language and fuck it, Indian catch all.
Like it's not even like it's like a modern term almost. Like it's not like anybody like that's not what Army Hammer. They would call them like Injuns or Redskins or.
Oof, I would not have called them Redskins in a 20.
Oh no! But they would have called them like those kind of names. Like, you say that, but it only took till 2020 for the National Football Team League to remove that as their name of their franchise.
Yeah, did they ever announce the new name of that team?
The name for this season is the Washington Football Team.
What a bunch of fucking scum suckers.
Why? How much money do they spend on these fucking CGI rabbits?
This is why it's 256.
Oh my god! Did Star Wars steal the scene with Porgs and Chewbacca?
Well, no. Well, I mean, you know why they do the Porgs, right?
Yeah, because they're puffins. But I mean, specifically when Chewbacca is roasting one on his spit and they're watching him.
Yeah. Oh! Oh, wow.
The fuck?
The hell
what the
that?
fuck was that?
Yeah, what the hell was that?
Okay, that has to be remnants of like this werewolf movie that existed in this at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, because the guy's a Wendigo! He calls them Wendigo, and Wendigos are kind of like werewolves, except for, they're cooler.
Well, they're cannibals.
Yeah, but they turn into, like, creatures.
Okay, so I'm looking, it's like, so in Elliot Rosso's script, it had supernatural plot element involving coyotes. So they were were-coyotes.
So skinwalkers.
I'd watch that movie.
I'd watch
that. That would actually be like way more interesting.
Yeah, it'd be more interesting than what we got. And from Gore Verbinski's hands, that would have been fucking weird, and I would have been down with it.
Oh man, this has like so many. So yeah, Johnny Depp signed in on an 08. And then Elliot Rosso's script was rewritten by Justin Haith.
Oh, by the way, did you see what Justin Haith has an uncredited rewrite on?
Oh no.
Oh yes.
No.
Oh yes.
A movie we might have to do on this podcast.
Yep.
I'll give you guys a hint, Ryan and John. It's coming out next year if there are movie theaters. It's a comic book movie. And it's not one anybody is interested in seeing. Can you guys guess the movie that he has an uncredited writing credit for?
Did Morbius get knocked in next year?
Yes.
And you nailed it in one guess. Yeah, so he wrote, he was executive producer, Bohemian Rhapsody. He wrote Red Sparrow.
Which I haven't seen, but I've heard good things.
He did the screenplay for Cure for Wellness. He did the Snitch, which I don't know Snitch. Oh, it's a rock. It looks like a bad rock movie. I've never even heard of this movie. Hey, it also stars Barry Pepper.
I missed it. What's like the timeline of this movie? Like, what they got to do a thing before like a certain time, or something's gonna end or blow up or whatever?
Did they say any of that?
I thought this is what this whole conversation is. Oh my god!
I feel like Lou isn't talking because he's just seething.
What perfect eye hole bullet holes.
So dumb. Like, again, in the goddamn autoplay, he's just like, I have to hide my identity, so I'm going to put on a mask. Like, you don't have to have some stupid convoluted thing. Again, I feel like this is a lot of working around the idea that he's like a mass vigilante and like origin stories. Like,
but like also it's like is the reason why he robs banks is to get closer to the bad guy.
So is this movie Green Hornet, but in the West? And so he just karate chopped his hat into looking better? So we're 50 minutes in and we just got our origin story?
Yes. It's not even a big moment that he gets in the suit for the first time. It's just there he is.
All right, so from reading the plot description on Wikipedia, they're just going out for revenge. It doesn't explain anything about all this other stuff.
Oh my god, they're singing that song that also introduces the Dr. Lovelace from Wild Wild West. So many connections.
So to go back to the development, in 2009, Mike Newell, who you'll remember from his amazing directing of Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time.
Oh, that movie was a movie.
Was in negotiations to direct this movie.
Thank God.
Oh man, we're gonna see some ladies of the Old West.
All right.
That's really cool.
Again, I give credit to this movie because of design. They actually used big ass sets and not, green screened everything.
I mean, hey man, $250 million budget gotta go somewhere.
Oh my God! All right, so
apparently, I think it was higher than that from what I'm reading here in terms of if you add in marketing.
Okay, so one, Johnny Depp started filming this after he rapped on Dark Shadows. And do you want to hear how Bruckheimer described what he wanted the Lone Ranger to be?
I read this. Yeah, I read this.
He wanted him written as a young Jimmy Stewart.
That did not happen.
Now knowing that, I understand why. Also, they're going to a whorehouse in a Disney film with Helena Bonham Carter's tits shoved up to her chin.
Hey man, I'm pretty sure that there was probably whorehouses in live action Disney films in the 50s and 60s.
And she has an ivory.
Oh yeah, she has like a fake leg. I figured she has like a gun or something. Yeah. Okay, this movie's fucking rad, you guys.
Remember when
Can the whole
Disney
movie
made
just be set here?
All right. I don't know if there's a fetish for like.
Oh my God.
Like,
I just.
A fetish for like one-legged women with guns in their legs, in their fake legs. So it's basically just this and
that's
Planet Terror.
Planet Terror.
So when you were talking about the setbacks before, Scott. So Iger is the one who had like budget concerns, and do you know how they fixed that to greenlight this movie?
Oh hey, I'm sorry. The Kingsman 2 has that lady with like she has no
Wow,
legs.
wait,
One of them is like a fucking sword. And
oh no, that's the first Kingsman. She has dual sword legs.
Oh yeah, okay. Because I never saw the second one. That makes more sense.
All right, so what happened? I'm reading this right now. Oh,
I feel very bad for those involved. So Verbinski, Bruckheimer, Depp, and Armie Hammer all cut their salaries by 20%. And I guess getting back end, which they definitely did not get anything. And that's how this got greenlit.
Apparently, they were supposed to have a scene where you saw Cavendish eat Dan's heart, but they decided to trim that.
Trim it like he trimmed that heart?
Yeah, he ate it. That's how they got all their power.
Yeah, because he's a Wendigo.
Oh, so basically the CEO of Walt Disney Studios did not really want to do this movie. And when he was replaced, so that was Rich Ross, was replaced by Alan Horn. Alan Horn like pushed this through. And he's the one who pushed for like that scene getting cut. And his quote was, "I like heart in my movies, but not that much heart."
I assume eating a heart would get you an R rating. Even if you are Disney and you can like throw a bunch of money at people to like try to get that stuff through.
Oh my god. I'm looking at Wild Wild West cost $170 million in 1999 and made $222 million. Jonah Hex in 2010 cost 47 and made 11.
I thought Jonah Hex was like $100 million movie.
No. Have you ever seen Jonah Hex, Siler?
I have seen it, and I absolutely thought I read at one point it was like $100 million movie, and that's why
I think I think the budget got slashed and it got like Frankenstein together. The next one is Cowboys and Aliens, which in 2011 was $160 million and grossed $174.
Oh, that's a bad movie too.
Yeah, and basically, I guess like this was people saying that like, oh, people are tired of cowboys, and then this movie got made.
The horse is drunk.
I'm laughing.
Oh my god. Oh, what a cute cat. Wait, why are they on the run?
All right, that was cool. I don't care what y'all say. That was a cool way to.
Why are they being chased out of town?
Because he came back. I think because he came back to life.
Did the robbery already happen?
All right, sad news, everybody. We still have an hour and a half left. We have a whole movie left to watch in this movie.
Kill me now, please.
It's fine, only because I'm like waiting for the ending set piece, which makes this whole thing worth it, to me at least.
So looking at like Box Office Mojo, so this opened at just under. It opened at $29 million.
This thing bombed. This thing bombed.
I want to see what came out at the same time.
It was July 4th weekend, so I think quite a bit.
So it opened. So let's see. I want the week. Right here. Oh. July 4th, 2013. I believe it opened the same week as one of the Despicable Me's.
Yeah, the second one.
Okay, yeah. So it came out. It was number 2. Despicable Me 2 came out. Oh, I think it had already been out.
It came out the week before. I remember because I was working at a movie theater by that point.
Yeah. Holy shit. All right. So the week before, The Heat came out, which is that, what do you call it?
Sandra Bullock comedy.
Yeah, I actually don't think it's that bad.
I like that.
And Monsters University was on its second week, and it was the second week for World War Z. And hey, look, it's your White House movie. So White House Down was
Believe
premiered at
me,
number 5.
I worked Despicable Me weekend, and that was not fun. I remember going to Lone Ranger theaters, and it was barely I barely had to clean it because it was so empty.
Wait, hold on. This is okay. I got like really confused for a second. So this is a month after Man of Steel came out.
Yes.
So the week this came out, Despicable Me on its second week. So its first week, Despicable Me 2 made
gangbusters.
It made $60 million. Its second week, Despicable Me 2 made $125 million.
Yeah.
On its second week, Despicable Me made 3 times what the Lone Ranger did. The Heat was in at number 3. So the Heat in its second week made $3 million less than the Lone Ranger.
And not only that, but I remember the other big thing that was at the theater at the time was that Kevin Hart comedy movie was coming out.
Yes. Yeah, let me explain. It was in it made like a shit ton of money.
It was in limited release, but I remember like a lot of people would come out and get really excited to go see it. So that was a big one too.
Yeah, I want to look. Let's see what the year was.
Although I'll admit, I went to go see this again with was someone I was taking out on a date at the time, and it was a pretty crowded theater. I was surprised.
So in this year, the top 10 movies are Iron Man 3, Hunger Games, Catching Fire. So that's the first one, right?
Second one.
Second one, Despicable Me 2, Man of Steel is at number 4, Monsters University, Frozen. Wow, I did not realize Monsters University did that good. Did it beat out Frozen?
It did well.
It beat out Frozen by $5 million.
Frozen also came out in November, and then it had a long tail.
Okay, so this is probably only counting 2013.
Yes.
Actually, Frozen may have come out in December.
No, Frozen was November. I remember.
November 22nd. I'm looking at it here.
It was the same week as Hunger Games, because I remember working that weekend.
Yep. Gravity's number 7, Fast 6. Oz the Great and Powerful is at number 9.
Oh, that made money? Really?
$235 million.
Really? That was not a good movie. Man, Disney had a weird 2013.
You have Star Trek Into Darkness, which is the second one. At number 11, maybe the worst MCU movie, Thor: The Dark World.
Ugh.
And then World War Z, The Hobbit, Desolation of Smog, which is the second one.
Also, did you hear the thing about the Spirit Walker where he can't be killed in battle?
Yeah.
That is part of the Lone Ranger's lore. Because it's very, what's the character from League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Doreen, right?
No.
Quartermain.
The one Sean Connery plays.
Quartermain.
Quartermain, yeah. Oh my god, this is the same year as The Croods.
I don't really get the joke about the mask. Like, why is that like such a funny ongoing joke?
What's the joke?
I think it's because they're shitting on like comic book movies. I feel like this is like the problem in this is that
it's like the Western era is like not like it's not like people didn't wear masks back then. Like people wore like bandanas over their faces like all the time so they didn't get caught.
I'm very annoyed by the way they're doing this horse.
And the horse is basically right out of any like story.
I did appreciate it. Like the horse, it can fly. Meh.
All right, that horse's legs would be shattered from that jump.
Lou, it's a magic horse.
So, if I'm getting this right, this is the gang members dressed like natives. See, I actually kind of like the look of the two of them standing next to each other. like I think it looks cool. Like as bad as Johnny Depp is in this, like I like all the stuff that he came up with for the look of the character.
Here's the thing: Armie Hammer looks like the Lone Ranger.
Yeah, because he's and then next to like with Johnny Depp being so short next to him, like it looks cool. It is funny though that like it is literally Green Hornet and Kato, except it's Lone Ranger and Tonto.
Yeah.
Like it's the same bit. I'm just still looking.
They are very dead. Okay, do you know?
They're super dead.
They are very dead.
They don't have heads, right? Oh my god.
Yeah, well, spoiler, they never had heads.
Well, the thing is that the funny bit that Lone Ranger just said, he's like, that was supposed to be a warning shot. And I'm like, that's a warning shot? You just deliberately crushed two man's heads.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. So he said wrong brother. So in the audio drama, he says, "Oh, Kimosabi, that's what you used to call me." It's like, yeah, what does it mean? It means like, I think like good friend, and you will always be Kimosabi. I'm Googling Kimosabi to see what it really means. So it's derived from Kimosabi, and I'm going to destroy these names.
Oh, it says stupid.
Ojiwe and Potwatomi, word meaning he or she looks out in secret, meaning trusty scout, or okay, in the Lone Ranger, they translate it to being faithful friend, which works way better because I guess they're supposed to be Tonto saying it sarcastically. It's the werewolf thing makes more sense if like of why these guys look like the hills have eyes. You guys, what was the name of the dude that he just threw to the ground? The character.
The one in the dress.
I don't know any. I really don't know any character names in this movie.
Oh, because I'm trying to look up the actor because he looks super familiar.
The guy in the dress, right, in the women's clothing.
Because he's also in Pirates
the actor's name is Harry Treadaway. He's in Penny Dreadful.
He's in Pirates of the Caribbean. He's like, do you remember in the first movie you had like those two guys, and one of them they're like bumbling idiots, and one of them's always like, and the one's always trying to wear like women clothing.
Okay, it's not that. It's not that guy.
It's not that guy. So they have two characters who play the same role in each of these movies.
Wait, are you saying that actor is not from Pirates, or that actor is not that character?
The actor is not from Pirates. The actor is not from Pirates, and he's not playing the same character. The actor is from, Lou, as Star Trek Picard. He's Narek.
I'm trying to think what I know him from. I haven't seen that.
I can't believe they wrote the same type of character in two different Gore Verbinski movies.
And two different actors. Gee, I wonder if that's Tom Wilkinson.
It's like why would they try and sabotage the Comanche? And they're like, I don't know, why would the white people have something against the Comanche, asshole? Oh shit, that horse died.
All right, I'm not gonna lie, that humor's a little dark, but
It looks cool. What I know this guy from, and is he's in one episode of The Crown, which features Helena Bonham Carter is in it as Princess Margaret.
he was also on Penny Dreadful. That guy.
Yeah, he plays Helena Bonham Carter's like boy toy in the show for an episode.
And then he does the stupid bird thing.
Oh man, these guys are a couple of cards.
It's like
It's a horror, it's a fantasy, it's a buddy cop movie.
But like they have no chemistry.
I wouldn't fuck my brother's wife.
They definitely don't know that at this time period. That is definitely was done a lot. Like a lot. Yeah, Johnny Depp's just doing all the goofy face acting from Jack Sparrow.
Pretty much.
Also, doesn't this feel like the same like scene from Wild Wild West when they're like trapped in like that mud thing that they're gonna die?
In the cornfield?
Yeah, when they get trapped after that, yeah. Oh my god.
This kid has been listening to this guy talk for an hour and 45 minutes.
Is this an Ace Ventura movie?
Why did we leave? Where'd that arrow come from?
But Siler, the train, choo choo is more important.
Oh my god, this is kind of funny. So, did anybody else read any more of the Django Zorro book?
No.
So this is the Texas side bad guys plan in that book. It's the exact same probably plan, but in Arizona about building a railroad to connect through Arizona that will connect to the one in California and eventually the one in Texas before it becomes part of the United States. So it's probably about like the exact same plot.
Wait, that guy that I guess was a bad guy is actually really a bad guy?
I'm shocked. Wait, there he is. Where is he? There's Barry Pepper.
Whoa, it's the villain from The Mask of Zorro.
That's Barry Pepper.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it's the guy from Battlefield Earth.
It's the good guy from Battlefield Earth. John Travolta was the bad guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he also is
Listen, Lou, while you were still learning how to spell your name, he was out there conquering trains. I don't know.
Wait, I'm a white man.
So, like, why would he say, like, he talks in that voice, but he uses words like urine?
Could you imagine being like a Native American actor and have to like do this whole scene with like dressing like old Native American actor, but then like have Johnny Depp be in front of you and do like half-ass Native American like voice?
To be fair, the leader of the Comanche is actually like he's the chief of the largest of 3 recognized tribes of the Sauk and I'm gonna say this wrong, Meskwaki Indian peoples. So he actually is Native American. He actually is.
Oh, I bet they all are, and this is how they thought they would get away with it. Why is he still wearing a mask?
Because it's the Lone Ranger, Lou. I don't fucking know.
Also, this is very much going to do the bit.
Okay, so one of the guys in Butch's gang was Charles Manson in Mindhunter and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Wait, he played Charles Manson in both things?
Yes.
Oh. I didn't know it was the same guy.
It is.
And that boy grew up to be Johnny Depp.
Yeah, this obviously Native American child.
Again, we could have cut half hour off of this movie and it would have been much better.
I legit just watched this One Piece arc again.
So there was literally a giant hunk of silver like that sitting in the river?
I've been like cleaning up like my house, and I like legit just rewatched the part where they meet Sanji with like the cook pirates, and they feed like the dying pirate food, and the dying pirate leaves, and he brings back Don Krieg. Oh, from Sears, what a tie-in.
I feel like that was more about them trying to be like, oh, this is something historical.
You know, when I want a movie tie-in, I want my product to be tied to a genocide of a whole nation of people.
So they shot him and killed everybody. Okay.
I don't think they shot him. I think they just shot all
the other people. Okay.
Sears, bring affordable watches since 1885.
Sears, killing your entire people since 1885.
Oh man, this poor orphan boy is gonna need a new home. Well, why don't you buy a new home from Sears? And this dead bird.
Please tell him to take it off. It smells a lot.
Where is the black coming from? Like, it's not like crow's
Hey, man,
feathers are made out of ink.
It's symbolic, man.
Again, why the hell does he still have his goddamn mask on?
Because he's the lone goddamn ranger.
Oh my god, is it... this is literally this goddamn scene from,
Scorpion King?
yeah.
I feel like this also isn't like an original thing.
Oh, it's a movie trope, for sure.
Well, that's a good line. I'll give this movie its due. That's a good line. Movie 1, not movie like 25.
Yeah, you tell him, Barry Pepper. Alright, that was funny. Okay, that actually made me laugh.
Well, I think like having Tonto be like a sarcastic little bitch is fun.
But like this movie kind of also runs into the same problem as the Green Hornet, where your lead is kind of an idiot.
Yeah, but at least Seth Rogen is being Seth Rogen.
But it's like that's why I don't expect like Armie Hammer's like no, he's not a nobody in this movie. Like he's got some skills, but I feel like a lot of this movie is him like super out of his depth in a way that like,
yeah, he's a serious actor. Like he's not a comedic actor. Even in
I don't know. I think he did much better in stuff like Man from U.N.C.L.E., which Lou, you should just watch at this point. You really should. That's a good
but
one.
like all of his movies that he's good in, he's a heavy.
oh, is that horse going to eat all those scorpions now?
I hope the horse just pisses on them. I feel like that's where this movie is going. Oh my god! Did you know that was going to happen?
Look, man, I've not seen those movies since 2013. I just know that I am a man who just knows how to write dumb AAA blockbuster Hollywood movies.
See, I feel like the way this movie was going, the horse would piss on them. Also, dick move. He did save you when you were being buried alive.
He also helped you bring me back from the dead. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The guy might.
Like, I think, again, like, what we got in Zorro... Like, what Zorro gave us in, like, with the racial stuff, this movie could do all that stuff, and it just isn't. And, like, not that it has to, because, like...
It also, like, kind of you know, like, the Mask of Zorro is also, it's like, your leads are Spanish-ish. Apparently, maybe Spanish-ish. But it's like... And then the rest of the cast, you know, looks kind of Spanish-ish, while this is, like, you know, your leads are white, and all of, like, the minorities in this movie look like costumes.
Well, it's because they are. But it's
But
still...
I mean,
I was going to say, like, compared to Wild Wild West, it's just having it there and not commenting on it is better than what Wild Wild West did.
Actually, oh, right, because of all the stuff with Will Smith. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the shit, especially the ending with the Kenneth Branagh stuff. Like, holy shit.
Yep. Yeah, like, I honestly completely forgot for a second, like, all of the dialogue between Will Smith and Kenneth Branagh in that movie.
Yeah, the entire verbal battle where being black is equal to being crippled.
Man, do you guys want to know a fun fact about Wild Wild West?
Okay, okay, yes, but also, how is there an hour left of this movie?
Fun fact about Wild Wild West. You know that there's that scene where, like, Will Smith is in, like, the water tower, and the water tower breaks, and then he falls, and he's, like, naked, and then, like, he's, like, trying to talk himself out of some situation in the beginning of the movie.
And you can see his balls.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, for a split second, you could see Will Smith's dick and balls, and they have never unedited it. Do with that information what you will.
Are they ever going to explain the bank robbery that opened this movie?
Yeah, what happened with that?
Wait, whatever happened with what?
There was a bank robbery at the beginning of the movie.
I think that was what we call in media res.
Like, unless the bank robbery is, like, the very, very end of the movie.
Quick, there's the poster shot.
Also, shouldn't the movie end here if if they just shoot everybody in the head? Because we have gotten no information on how William Fichtner is connected to Tom Wilkinson.
I think it's actually the same plot as Wild Wild West, where, like, they're
trying to fund a second civil war.
The government are working with outlaws to build basically a fake war between, like, the natives and, like, the American public to basically build a roadway into, like, their land, and yeah, and that's it. I'm sorry, not Wild Wild West. Like what Western movie? Isn't that Blazing Saddles?
Is that Blazing Saddles or is that Jonah Hex?
There's like some Western that's like about trying to build a roadway through a thing, but they need to start an artificial war to take the land to do the thing.
That might be Blazing Saddles, because I think Jonah Hex and Wild Wild West kind of have the same plot of like a second civil war that's trying to be funded.
It's been a while since I've seen Wild Wild West. In other words, you a pussy.
Yeah, like why would the Lone Ranger not kill this guy that killed his brother?
Yeah. Also,
Wait, okay. Maybe it's like because he still thinks he deserves due process, but it's like, I don't know, man.
this is why like making him the lawyer like is building this bullshit tension. It's like this would be so much cooler if they like he had saved him as a kid. They're like actually buddies. And if Tonto's talking him out of just like massacring him and like being ultra violent. Because I think it would be cooler if the Ranger is the one who's like this angry character, and Tonto's the one talking him out of it.
But Tonto still. Why did he take the? Well, now he took the mask off.
Well, okay. My guess is that William Sadler is the guy who gave him the watch.
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
Ryan.
So she got saved by different non-white people through magic healing.
Wait, no, because the last time we saw her was the old guy who betrayed her, like basically told her to run, and then he got shot. So he's back with the evil guy who's like trying to fuck that guy's wife. Sorry.
I love how indignant that he just got there. Fuck that guy's wife.
Look, man, if there's anyone that could fuck that guy's wife, it's that brother's wife. The brother of the guy.
I feel like he's doing the exact same speech from Green Hornet to a little kid.
And then he like takes the train and he pulls the train in half like the doll. Let me teach you about capitalism,
he's
son.
Exposition dumping to the child. The plot.
He's explaining to the child what capitalism is.
So is he supposed to be like evil Vanderbilt?
Yes.
And I say the evil in quotes. But like
only if you let me fuck your mom.
Oh my god, you know what this plot is reminding me of with the kid and the woman? Superman Returns.
I was just gonna say that.
Right? It's like
imagine he just tosses the table and hits Tom Wilkinson in the face.
But like it's kind of the same plot of like Lex Luthor trying to create more stuff and then still in love with the Lois and the kid.
Because
thing.
she looks like Lois Lane in that movie. Her kid looks like
that shitty kid.
Superman. Elliot or whatever the fuck that kid's name was.
Jason, I think. I only know it because they are playing tribute to it in the the Lois and Superman show that they're making, or that they made.
Making.
Because she doesn't know if it's her husband or not. Wait, why is there a narrator now? This is the first narration in this movie, right?
Yes.
Who is even saying this? I feel like it's Tom Wilkinson, but I don't know.
Tom Wilkinson.
Okay, there we go. I feel like he must have lucked out and just like got to do so many movies as being like this bad guy character that he made so much bank on.
I mean, he didn't make bank on this.
Well, he didn't take that 20% pay cut.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, he still didn't make money on this.
So I want to see what his first big role. He's been around forever, but he mostly did obviously a lot of English stuff. Oh shit, he was in The Ghost in the Darkness? What the hell is he in that? Holy shit, I forgot. He's the bad guy in Rush Hour. That is how long he's been playing this character. Of like evil rich white guy doing evil rich white guy things.
Also in Michael Clayton. He was in John Adams.
Is that the HBO John Adams?
Yes.
That show is really good if you're a history fan.
He's also in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Shakespeare in Love.
Yeah, Batman Begins, Exorcism of Emily Rose.
He was in Mission Impossible 4.
That woman has like absolutely nothing to do with this movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot. She's just there to be.
Like,
she's the
love interest, because like every movie needs a love interest. When they could have just honestly cut her son, maybe that whole subplot like out.
He's talking about himself.
He's talking about him.
Oh, this is actually awesome casting. I've never seen this. I wonder how good it is. The Kennedys miniseries, he played Joe Kennedy. I feel like that's goddamn perfect casting.
Huh.
Oh, he's in Grand Budapest Hotel. I love that goddamn movie. So wait, does Helena Bonham Carter never come back?
No.
No.
Wait, are you shitting me?
She's
yeah,
in like
they do the whole whorehouse bit and then she's gone.
I think she's in like one more scene at the end.
Oh, so Tom Wilkinson is the other guy in the group. Because he did the watch thing.
That's, even though it's CG, that is very dangerous.
But also, why and where's her kid?
Waiting back there? I don't know.
I love him doing Sherlock Holmesy stuff.
He would have made a good Moriarty.
Oh yes, but the Moriarty we got in those Sherlock Holmes movies, I don't remember the actor's name. He is so good. I actually feel like they probably take each other's roles all the time. Because I feel like if you need like a bigger, kind of heavier dude, you go with Tom Wilkinson, and then if you want like a smaller guy, it's Jared Harris. So why wouldn't he just shoot him in the face?
Remember, Danny, I gave you that really evil speech about capitalism.
Remember,
Admit
Danny.
capitalism.
Remember, Danny, I gave you a train. I gave you the train, Danny.
Wait, why would this kid who seemed super confident like 5 minutes ago now all of a sudden turn into like a fucking asshole?
I don't want to put the gun down.
What would his mom have to do with anything, and how would she know?
Yeah, also, hey kid, a lot of our dads have died. Like, come on, grow up, kid.
And
Yeah, I don't have a dad.
I'm just thinking of the line from Iron Man. Well, most kids don't have dads. Don't need to be a pussy about it.
Wait. I am so confused now. So, Barry Pepper's not a bad guy?
Barry Pepper is a bad guy. He's on.
He's just government stooge?
Yes.
Which I, as a white man, cannot put blame on me attacking a person of color.
He's on the payroll of Tom Wilkinson.
That was a turn that was like both unnecessary and confusing and meaningless. Because that was what, the second time we've seen Barry Pepper, or the third?
Second.
And it's like we just assumed he was a bad guy this whole time. So then why
So,
do like the double turn when we already knew he was a bad guy?
Also, didn't that kid meet his uncle like not that long ago?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But did you give him a train? I don't think so.
Oh, it's a fake bird. I still think it's funny they're like silver, bunches of silver. I'm like, couldn't you just make it gold? Like, it'd be like, ooh, platinum, nothing but platinum.
Or unobtainium?
Yeah. Oh my god. Like, I understand unobtainium is a real thing. But like, did you have to call it unobtainium?
No, it's not. Unobtainium is definitely not a real thing.
Like, okay, I'm sorry. Side story why we're doing this. Like, there's like, I understand like there's an idea like in films where it's like you sometimes downplay certain things because it doesn't make like it's like too unbelievable even if it is real. And
Yeah.
I remember in like 30 Days of Night, and the movie set in Barrow, Alaska, and the movie set in the dead of winter, and they're like, oh my god, it's 20 below. which to you guys sounds like unbelievable. 20 below, I can't even believe that. But like Barrow, Alaska gets to like 60 to like 75 below. But that sounds crazy.
Okay, can I just time out? I don't understand this bad guy plot in anything. So
Yeah.
I want this woman. She now knows my secret that I'm a bad guy and had her husband killed. But since I'm rich and love her, she's still going to be into me.
No, I think he's gonna like force her to be his wife, and her son, who's an asshole, is like, I'll totally be okay with this because I understand the benefits of capitalism to a young white boy like me.
Cultural appropriation upon cultural appropriation. Yeah.
They think the cave is full of like poison. That's why the bird is dead.
Yeah, because that canary in the coal mine thing. But they would not use crows. And also, the Chinese people who were brought there would not be wearing rice paddy hats because there are no fucking rice paddies in the middle of the desert.
Leave her alone.
I love capitalism, but I won't let you hit my mom.
Do I have to give you another lesson in capitalism? That just seems very, very lucky.
Man, because he can't be killed.
But like, if they actually like explained the can't be killed thing better, it would be more interesting.
Yeah.
So all of that stupid peanut shit is just for that scene. To have it pay off right there.
I thought it was dirt.
No, it's the stupid peanut shit. Yeah, it's crazy that like for being basically the same. Okay, but I mean like the same kind of premise as Green Hornet and like it's a two-hander with a foreign character and a American character, and it's the odd couple, but they're oh my god, this is fucking dumb. Oh my god. Isn't there like 45 minutes left of this movie?
I don't know. Can you check?
Hey guys, that's why we're starting a whole hour early, am I right?
Oh god, we started this regular time.
Yeah, so it's 2:20. I mean, we're at an hour 51, and there's 2:29. So yeah, there's 40 minutes left. How is this not the final set piece? How is there another 40 minutes left?
Just wait. This final set piece, I think, is better than what's right now.
So they have a Gatling gun? Oh my god. So what could have been a triumphant set piece for the Native Americans instead becomes their massacre?
Yeah.
Holy shit. His hat is still on. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, so
I like that line.
I know movies.
He runs exactly the same as Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, I know movies need to have like a good villains, but like our leads are getting insanely outacted by the two main villains. Barry Pepper is in the same movie as Armie Hammer and Johnny Depp. But William Fincher is doing some of his best work in his career in this movie. Barry Pepper just get killed by an 80-year-old man?
No, this guy died.
But
he did get stabbed in the hand.
My hand.
Why is it that he got cut, or is that just blood on it? Is he gonna get a fucking redemption at the end of this movie?
Oh no.
Okay, because like that would really piss me off. Because that scene really bothered me like a lot. It was so fucking unnecessary to have like what could have easily been the end of this movie, then turn into a massacre of Native Americans. So basically, every Native American we've seen in this movie that's actually Native just died in a horrible way.
Yeah,
except Johnny Depp, who's not Native American,
and possibly all the Chinese people too. Oh, it's the crow. Is he gonna have two crows on his head?
Turns out there's like a bird's nest and he laid some eggs in his head.
That kid's still here.
So
Hey,
is he doing act outs during this entire story that he's telling this kid?
I mean, mister, I don't understand why you're going off on these tangents. Like, can you just like tell me like kind of like just what happened?
Mister, why is your body made of leather and your hair is black in the back but gray in the front?
Wait, you're telling me a corrupt government killed a group of your own people? Does that mean like I should rise up against the government? And it's like, no, like don't even like think about that hard, kid.
See, this is again like it's like they had to make them corrupt government when it's like historically it was just government policy. It wasn't even corrupt. It's like, oh, that was just what it was. And like if you wanted to do like a modern, more serious take on this, like you could lean into like the racism and the problems, but like that's not even like half measures in this movie. It's like quarter measures. It's like sort of there, but it's done so lightly and so bad, it's even more insulting. Again, it's like someone listened to that like one audio play and then did a quick Google of like, and it's like, oh, Chinese people built the railroad, so we have to have Chinese people. And then white people killed Native Americans because they're bad. Again, like, I'm just thinking back to Mask of Zorro that, like, we arguably have, like, equal standing actors in this movie, like, for what the time period was. Because, like, I would say, like, our villains are kind of... We probably have better actors for the villains in this movie.
It's the guy from Office Space.
Hey, and now his pocket watch is gold.
I mean, it's like Bill Dotree from King of the Hill.
I still don't even understand the plot. So he's gonna, when they take their train, he's gonna... Oh no, they're blowing it up. Okay.
So he is manufacturing a war between the American public and the Comanches to steal their land because their land is full of silver. And they're going to use like the expansion of like this railroad to like kind of do it. The Lone Ranger and Tonto are destroying it, so they don't have a train to go into the thing.
And what does this have to do with the bank robbery?
The bank robbery is the past.
But is it, or is it in the future? And this is all a flashback.
I think this is.
I like that the kid is also confused about what's going on.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, this is how they got all the nitrogen. All right, at least it tied back in.
Thank God we understood the origin of how they got the explosives. Thank you, film.
Oh, it's that guy from Dodgeball. That's who you're talking about from The Office.
Yeah.
He's in everything.
Yeah.
In Office Space. Yeah, it's like, did you take my stapler?
Yeah, he's Phil Dotrieve.
You know what he's really good in, and it's a show I feel like I will have to rewatch at some point, is News Radio as the Rich
I've heard
owner.
it, never seen it.
It's, if you like Phil Hartman, like any of his stuff on SNL, just to watch, because it's basically the only thing he got to really do.
It's like the last big thing for Phil Hartman.
It's really kind of like the only thing he got to do. Like,
I mean, like he's pretty good in Jingle All the Way. I don't.
Yeah, but he's not the lead. Like, he's kind of one of the. He's not the lead of the show, but he's a major part of that show.
I mean, like, I don't think he was ever a lead really in a lot of shows.
But like he's the kind of comedic lead, like, of the comedy in that show.
Like Dave Foley is the lead of News Radio.
Oh yeah. I know we're going off on a tangent, but like, it has one of the most insane casts like ever.
Yeah, like News Radio is great.
It's Dave Foley. He was like one of the main people on it. Oh, here's the lead. And I don't know if he was one of the writers. Stephen Root, Andy Dick, Maura Tierney.
Andy Dick was way later. Also, Andy Dick.
No, he's in episode. He's in the first episode.
Okay, well, Andy Dick is a fucking asshole. That's also contributed.
Oh,
to
guys, it's okay. Helena Bonham Carter's back.
Oh yeah. Thank God. Oh, is she gonna fucking shoot someone with her leg? Oh yes.
But like, yes. But this is kind of one of the main things that broke him. Maura Tierney, Joe Rogan. This is like his first thing he ever did. He's a baby in this show. Phil Hartman, John Lovitz. He's who came in way later.
Here, kid, take this bullet. If you have a problem, just throw it at someone. I mean, if he's Superman's kid, he can just throw it, the bullet, and just blow.
Oh my God! All right, I need to look up that guy that was just on the screen, the black guy. I have seen him in so many things.
Whoa! He killed that guy! He killed Bill Dotrieve! Oh, no, he's still alive.
Where did he shoot him? In the dick?
He shot him in the leg. This is Wild Wild West! Where they're like, oh, we're gonna give you control. And he's like, oh, you're a madman. And then they
hold
the
on.
guy.
I think we're about to start my favorite scene. We're pretty much about to start my favorite scene of the whole movie. This final action piece.
Oh yeah. Did he
this
get kicked?
Also, what is this? Like, what a weird
kink.
No, but like, why?
Touch her weird ivory porcelain leg.
Why would he call him boy?
Because he's racist.
But it's the wrong racist. But like, also, like, why is Barry Pepper into this? Also, why Barry Pepper's character is even in this?
How are you not into this?
But no, but I mean, like, why is...
I'm joking.
Hold on.
I would say Barry Pepper is as underutilized as Ruth Wilson. Like, I don't understand why they're in this movie and what their characters are doing.
Yep, there are like too many characters in this movie.
Like, I get Helena Bonham Carter's character, and I think it's a fine thing to do. See, it would have been so much funnier if she did that and blew Barry Pepper's head off.
Can you imagine just Barry Pepper's head violently exploding?
Or no, if he started straddling it and she blew his dick off.
Well, that'd be even funnier.
I feel like because this movie's so long, I'm going to talk about like how I feel about it, even though I've done it the whole time. This movie doesn't know what it wants to be. It's like, some points it wants to be Pirates of the Caribbean, but then sometimes, like, this is Pirates of the Caribbean here.
No, this is the best scene in the movie.
But, like, why is he all of a sudden good at things?
Who cares? It's fucking awesome.
Also, none of those people died. Nobody died. But I am glad, so we're having a train chase.
Yeah.
Also, couldn't she just jump off right there? It's not going very fast.
Also, having the theme song right here is perfect. Like,
oh, yes.
Perfect.
This is like having the Spider-Man song in Spider-Man.
Like he's like riding on top of the houses.
That's some not good CGI though, but yes.
But sure, but like regardless,
conceptually, yes, it looked awesome. Also, what is
trains chasing after each other? Like, okay,
yeah.
I feel like this whole movie is like they had basically like, okay, we have like the final set piece. We know what this action scene needs to be, but then like we have to build a film to that point.
Also, if they're carrying all that stuff, there's like no way they would ever be able to catch up. Because I feel like this part of this movie would be better if it was rated like R.
I don't think this movie would work as rated R.
No.
Well, I mean, like, I feel like you could, if you wanted to make a serious take, which they're sometimes doing, then you need to have this movie be rated R and lean into the brutality of the Wild West. But then you have where it's like, oh, it's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Shout out to Hans Zimmer for this score right here. I love it.
Also,
I told you my former husband's brother would show up and fuck me. It's taking him like an awful long time to like ride down that.
Okay, now this is.
hey,
Oh, is he going to like Tokyo Drift underneath it?
is he gonna drift the horse?
Just watch.
Okay. Is he gonna ride the horse through the train?
Yes.
I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, have I seen Barry Pepper in anything that I like? And yes, he's in lots of good movies. He's just also in lots of the worst garbage ever created.
I thought that went right through his cheek.
I thought so too. That would have been badass.
He should have he should have picked a sturdier fruit.
Also, why is he like taking weird aim at this child? So is he a clean freak?
Yeah, isn't this fucking rad?
This is a cool, like I like
this. This makes up for the last hour and a half.
2 hours.
No, it does not, John. John Scott, it does not. The whole movie should have been this, but it should have been 4 set pieces in an hour and a half.
Maybe 2 hours.
No, for this type of a movie, 2 hours is way too long.
I don't know, Zoro got it done a little over 2, so I think it could have worked.
But I think that's because, like, I think Zoro is because the chemistry of everyone involved is so good, top to bottom. And okay.
All right, Dudley, do right.
Yeah. But like to go back to like what your point about Zoro, I think Zoro's timing works is because it's set piece, like it's like 4 or 5 set pieces and several and there's like a good montage. And we're never sitting around doing nothing. Like there's so much of this, like the first 40 minutes of this movie is unnecessary.
I like this part of the score right here.
Yeah, that was a trailer moment.
That was also a very Jack Sparrow moment.
Yes. I actually feel like it literally happened in Pirates. And again, I think that goes back to my problem is I don't think this movie knows what it wants to be. Because like again, like if it wanted to be more of like the Zorro Pirates, I think it would have worked. And so he's dead now, right? It's just like it tries to get too serious at points. I think that's the problem, and why this set piece works so well.
This is so.
See, but like this just annoys me that like the whole movie should have been this. Like we should have had a half hour.
Good. It's good.
So are they both dead?
I think so.
Dead-ish, yeah.
There's no. That's the worst.
No build up to that, yeah.
Well, like on his side, I guess kind of, but like on hers, it's none. So is she just always into him? See, that's where he should have dropped like the Redskin or whatever, or an engine. Like,
Oh, because so going back to the monster like subplot that this script used to have, he's like he has a silver bullet.
yes. Which he wastes by shooting a gun.
I think that's the idea. I think they just blew a lot of this stuff up, so that definitely looks expensive. He is violently dead.
So that's almost literally the exact same kind of death from Zorro. Because remember, he ties him to the thing full of gold and kicks it off, and it gets dumped over the cliff.
Like, look at this! Oh my god!
I mean, Disney loves to kill villains.
But I do think some of the things that where it's not as fun here is because there's so much less practical effects in these big set pieces.
Man, I love that scene. That's
Yeah.
Oh no, that scene is really good. And again, it's just like that should have been the whole movie.
It's also a shame that the whole film wasn't as action packed as that.
Why is that one guy a mummy?
because they all got
because
injured
all the
when the
people
train.
are fucking beat the shit.
Oh, I didn't realize we jumped ahead.
Lone Ranger?
Is there a half hour left in this?
No, this is almost over.
It's 15 minutes. Are they saving this moment for him to actually say "Hi ho, Silver"?
Just hang on. He does say it. I'll confirm that now.
Okay, but they hadn't named the horse yet, right?
I don't think so.
So, what is the point of her character?
It's almost like there wasn't. It's almost like, hey, we have a AAA big blockbuster film, and we have a male lead. We obviously need a female hero or a female character of some kind for them to like. But
again,
absolutely do nothing within the film at all.
And to go back to it, it's why was Barry Pepper's character needed? Why couldn't she just take the Barry Pepper scenes and make them William Fichtner scenes? That gunfight could have easily been William Fichtner and been just as cool.
It's like going back to Mask of Zorro. It's like we have
2-on-2.
What was that?
I said Mask of Zorro is 2-on-2, and it's they're connected to their guys. So if you had Tonto against Wilkinson and Armie Hammer against Fichtner, that would have been fine.
But basically what I was saying is it's you have the Mask of Zorro, and you have your male lead and your female lead, but the female lead also plays a heavy part within the film and the plot and the structure and what goes on in the film, and it's not cast on the wayside. It's because very much her role is a square peg fit into a round hole. It's just she's there because a film needs it, but she doesn't fit at all.
Okay, I'm surprised. Really, with
The demon rabbit?
the demon rabbit eating a scorpion?
That kid was here the whole time.
Kid, you've been here for 2.5 hours. Please leave.
See, it would make me really happy if he turned around and it's just Johnny Depp now, and he's not in the makeup.
Yeah, what ended up happening with the nature balance thing?
All right. So I'll be honest. This part right here, you could have cut out. All this stuff with the kid.
Yeah.
Oh, this reeks of like
It's
reshoots
like
to
a worse
me.
version of Princess Bride.
I feel like I bet that this wasn't reshoots, but why is that bullet so much bigger now? And disappeared. So, and the fucking crow's alive. Okay.
Oh, the bird was real the whole time! Fucking mind freak. And that boy right there grew up to be the Green Hornet.
Well, that would have actually been cool if it was like, oh,
Wait,
like.
Yeah, you fucking loser. Why would you do a callback to a popular thing?
To like one of the most famous, it's like Kimosabi, Hi-Ho Silver, the song, and just Tonto in general.
Well, Lou, you finally made it. You made it through, guys.
There's no after credit scene, right?
No.
Are you sure?
Okay, well, there's this. There's like stuff in
Could
between
you
before
imagine? Hello, Lone Ranger. We like to talk
it's literally him walking
We like
through
to
the
talk to
credits
you about
in
the
desert.
Avengers Initiative.
So it's just Johnny Depp in makeup, like straddle walking.
Yes. All right. That's it. That's the credits. All right. So I'm gonna make a bold statement. I don't hate this movie. Problems and all, I still really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, my biggest issue is that yes, there are things that are wildly unnecessary, which I agree with. Like the stuff about again, stuff with the wife could have been cut, the stuff with the kid could have been cut. You could have cut a solid half hour of this movie, it would have been so much better. But I still really, really do enjoy it. And Johnny Depp, yeah, is problematic, but there are parts that made me giggle as Tonto, and I don't hate the movie overall. I really do think it's a stupid, fun time. Problems be damned.
Oof. I fucking hate this movie. Like, I don't know how, like, it's as long as a Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah, this, again, the runtime kind of does kill
and
it.
It's very boring for huge chunks of it. Like, it is very boring. And, like, again, like, that final set piece is awesome. Like, I cannot argue with that. Like, it's awesome. But it's so good that it actually makes the movie worse because you're like, why wasn't this the whole movie? And it's just I hate this movie. I never.
Like, I'm not gonna like have on constant repeat. It's a movie I'm gonna come back to like every 5 to 10 years. I'll be like, hey, I feel like watching Lone Ranger, and I'll watch it, and I'll be like, oh, okay, and then I'll not watch it again for another 5 to 10 years.
I wouldn't. If I had to, I would never watch this.
If I, it's like going into this film, I remember not like thinking the movie was super long, but the one thing about it that I thought was really great was like the final set piece. I thought was like really good and kind of like was like the thing worth watching at least.
Yeah.
Rewatching it today, I still believe that, but like also it's like holy shit, dude. We take 2 hours to get to that point, and there's also just so much
it does a little
like material that just needs to be cut out of this film, or feels like
that's the big problem with the movie.
That like just basically stuck around from like previous script writes and they just forgot to cut out. It's just like
you can cut an hour out of this movie.
I would say half hour, 45 minutes.
You can cut the entire intro until the shootout can be gone. We could just open the movie with like them writing.
Cut out is basically all the stuff that's like the framing device with the kid.
Mm.
Oh, all of the stuff with the kid can go, which is probably like 20 minutes. I think all of the intro until like they're writing to the go big shootout, like all that stuff is unnecessary. The whole train sequence with Tonto.
I don't think you need the whole like how they met really before he died.
Yes, you don't need any of that. I don't think you need to have like I'm fine with a flashback to Tonto as a kid. I don't understand why that's how you tie it in, as opposed to like that's See, it would have been interesting to me if it's like, all right, you keep that Tonto story, but then what's his name and his brother and their family saved, like Tonto was shot as a kid, and they bring him back then to kind of tie them closer together. Because in this plot, they have no reason, and it's not even like it also doesn't help that the actors have no chemistry together, but like they have no reason to be together. They're not friends. They like never do anything friendly. We never see them like have a friend moment. They're just dicks to each other the whole movie.
Yeah, I'm kind of going to stand by what Siler says in that I still stand by that it does have problems, but I still think the final set piece makes it worth it all in the
Yes.
end.
I would say I would
but
watch the
there
final
are a
set
lot.
piece again, and I
There-
would not watch the rest of the movie.
There are a
No.
lot of points in this movie where I would be like, "Oh, it was hard to get through." It was
So we've watched 11 films so far, and before the show started, I actually like went back through and rewrote my like best to worst list. I would put this as my new number 7, below Sky High, above Blade Trinity. In the fact that like I think The Lone Ranger is like the new film for me, where like before or afterwards, like there'll be like it's like does like this film have something I remember? Like, I saw this film like in 2013. Like to this day, I always remember like, hey man, the finale is like super great. I forgot kind of what happens in it. I remember it was great, but everything beforehand, like Blade Trinity, Bloodshot, Hellboy, I don't remember like really a whole lot of things
they're
that happen in that
forgettable.
movie. They're like I also have Artemis Fowl in that also, but like the only thing I remember from that movie is Josh Gad unhinging his jaw, eating
Yeah.
sand, and blowing it out his asshole,
So
which is
wait,
something I will remember.
So
to
I
my
think if
fucking grave.
I'm gonna go best to worst here, I'm gonna go Mask of Zorro, Constantine, Sky High, probably Batman and Robin, this movie, Cats, Green Hornet, Blade Trinity, Bloodshot, Hellboy, Artemis Fowl.
yeah, I think this is like my real diverging point because like Master Zorro is like an easy number 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think depending on how I feel, it's Constantine or Sky High, depending in the mood. I think they're kind of because they're so different to me.
Lou, I feel like for you, this is gonna go like right by Artemis Fowl.
No, Artemis Fowl is the hard bottom. It's gonna take like a snuff film, and maybe that won't even be below Artemis Fowl. But like Constantine, like Sky High and Constantine, then Batman and Robin and Cats are kind of like in that next level. Probably Cats is below Batman and Robin, because at least Batman and Robin's like comic booky, so I'm kind of more into it. Then I think I have Green Hornet, and then I don't know where to put this movie because I have no interest in ever seeing Bloodshot again. Anything of that. Same with Hellboy. Blade Trinity, like I feel like I could do like a watching all 3 of them, and that's the only way I could watch Blade Trinity. But this movie just has that final set piece, and that's all I would want to watch from. So that alone makes it better than Bloodshot and Hellboy, but I don't know if that makes it better than Blade Trinity. I feel like they're kind of there, and at least with Blade Trinity, I haven't lost half a day.
I will say the Lone Ranger for me is better than Cats, Bloodshot, Hellboy, Blade, and Artemis Fowl, and I think Green Hornet.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I would rather watch Cats. Like legitimately sit down and watch Cats. I think I could watch Cats almost twice. Like in the time frame, right? Let's see, how long was Cats?
Hour 40.
Oh, Cats is long. It's an hour 50. Have we like only done long movies?
The shortest movie we've done on
It
this
has to be
list.
Sky High.
No,
So
it's hang on, I'm gonna tell you.
it absolutely has to be Lone Ranger was the longest.
Lone Ranger's
yeah.
the longest. The shortest we've done has been Artemis Fowl at 95 minutes.
Yeah, Artemis Fowl was absolutely the short
And-
because they were like, we gotta get in and get out and do the bare minimum.
Yeah, and Artemis Fowl, they could have cut 2/3 of that movie and made it a 25-minute episode on TV, and it would have been just as garbage.
Okay, so my best and worst currently is Mask of Zorro, Constantine, third Cats, which is I know controversial. Batman Robin for Green Hornet at 5, Sky High, Lone Ranger, Blade Trinity, Bloodshot, 9th, maybe also controversial, Artemis Fowl, because at least I remember like some things about that
one
movie.
scene.
and then 10 is Hellboy, which I there's a pro wrestling scene, and that's absolutely it. I don't remember anything that happened in that movie.
Until you just said that, I forgot about the whole Lucha Libre thing in the beginning of that movie.
I mean, like, I'm a pro wrestling mark, so like I remember that, but like other than that, I don't remember anything.
Okay, I would just say you just remind me. So Hellboy is definitely second from the bottom, and it's because watching that movie made me just want to watch the other two way better movies, or the cartoons, and just because it was just like, this is the garbage we got instead of getting the third one. But at least like Bloodshot is something quote unquote new, I guess. And Hellboy is just like so much worse because I guess like I'm actually surprised like Sky High is so low on your list. I love that movie. Like it is like a guilty pleasure movie for me. And I feel like this is kind of Lone Ranger is kind of a maybe guilty pleasure for you two guys.
This is a guilty pleasure. I would say that.
Because I would put like Batman and Robin is I think Zorro, Constantine are good movies. I think the other ones are like, kind of guilty pleasure that are like not terrible.
Everything from Lone Ranger below, I would like I watched the Lone Ranger for this podcast, but like everything from Lone Ranger below, I would not like to watch again. But like from the things that like I wouldn't watch again, I at least remember a thing about Lone Ranger that I actually had a lot of fun watching.
I will say for me, Cats is where it stops being good. Like it's the last, I would say, arguably like fun time I had, and then a Green Hornet on is where it gets bad for me.
See, I think maybe I like Green Hornet more. I think Green Hornet, and this is gonna be like a weird thing, Green Hornet is on the low end of back in the day of like FX movie of the weekend to just have in the background. Like my favorite example of that is a terrible movie, but League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is like such a good background movie for me. I put Green Hornet in that category. Compared to like at least Batman and Robin, I will actually watch and pay attention to. I think Lone Ranger is like the bottom end of that spectrum for me, like background noise movie. And Hellboy and Artemis Fowl are like, I don't even want them to touch my screen on my nice TV because it's offensive. And like Cats, I can put as like a background thing too, especially because the songs are so good. It actually works better, which is why it's higher. Because then like at least it's like music. So yeah, I don't know. Like I'm not going to listen to more of that audio podcast. I highly recommend if anybody gives a shit about the Lone Ranger. I thought it was really cool, and to do that kind of and listen to something that's so old, like in the audio drama, and it made me like finally go, all right, I need to go back and listen to the second Wolverine one and the Marvels one because I haven't listened to them yet. And I know DC's doing them. And
they're doing that on Spotify, yeah. And Marvel had Marvels and the Wolverine podcast, which is both are fantastic.
There's two of them, yeah. And I've only listened to the first one. And it's made me kind of think of those. Because honestly, I had way more fun with the audio thing because it was so, and I think it's one of the problems with the movie. It's like, it's so upbeat's not the right word, but it's so like paced well. And like these little kind of vignette things, which they could have cut into set pieces in this movie, which I think they definitely pulled from, but they made them so long. Like this movie reeks of not having any like studio notes on like, which is weird because we read that there were studio notes, but like none on editing. Like there was no, like I don't understand. I feel like if this movie was an hour and a half, it would crush.
Oh yeah, or at least hour 45.
Okay, if you cut it down to like the ending set piece, the gunfight in the beginning, the train set, the first train set piece, then the gunfight, the story with the Native American tribe, them getting buried alive, and then I would cut out that other set piece with the Gatling gun, and then just skip right to the end. And I think you could work, like you could line those up. But I do think the problem like that this movie has is that like what Silo was saying before, like they need a female character, and there's nowhere in this concept that really fits. Like you have to basically shoehorn a character unless you make the villain a female character, or like the number 2 a female character. But like, it's a weird thing about the Lone Ranger and Tonto, and it's the exact same problem we had with Green Lantern. Like, why is Cameron Diaz in that movie?
Yeah,
Green
Like-
Hornet, you mean? You said
Green Hornet, yeah. There's no way to fit in, and it's compared to Zorro, where it's built in so naturally and so important, where both heroes and both villains have a connection to her, to Zeta Jones. It may be like the best use of like a single like female lead in a movie that I've seen in a very long time. Because she's not a damsel in distress ever in that movie. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I just
yeah, man. I think we can all agree that like Lone Ranger is kind of like a mess from like top to mostly bottom. It has like a strong ending, but like again, at the end of the day, it's a 2.5 hour long film that just like kind of comes together a little bit too late and not in the package that we want.
The next few films are going to be a little long. I'm not going to lie.
I don't give a shit because 2 of them are fucking awesome, and I haven't seen the third
What's
one.
our next film, by the way?
It depends on when we want to go to old to young or young to old. In like when do we want to do another modern film and work our way back in time, or vice versa?
But I mean, like, what's the series of films that we're doing?
Pulp sci-fi.
Sci-fi.
Okay.
So that would be our 3 are John Carter
Flash
of Mars,
Gordon.
Flash Gordon, and The Rocketeer. And The Rocketeer is a good movie, and Flash Gordon is fucking bonkers and has the
I feel like
best soundtrack.
I would be down to do The Rocketeer just because I feel like we need a.
I would be down to do, if we're going from like top to bottom or bottom to top, I would rather do top to bottom or bottom to top. So we start with like
It's 1980.
85. Okay, 1980. Yeah, okay. We'll start with 1980s. Flash Gordon, and then we'll do Rocketeer, and then we'll do John
You know
Carter.
what? It's
Because,
actually
like,
kind of good because it's about to be the start of the NFL season, and our hero is the quarterback of the New York Jets.
There we go.
Oh my God, Timothy Dalton is in this too.
Flash Gordon. Yeah, Timothy Dalton.
Eli Manning is in
That's
Flash
the Giants.
He was a player, and he's been retired for like a while.
Okay, I don't follow the Giants. Sorry.
No, yeah, the Jets are the worst team. What was the other movie we were just talking about? Oh, so he is the villain in 2 of our movies?
Yes. No,
this-
he's a good guy in Flash Gordon.
Oh yeah, he's the I can't remember. He's like the sort of good guy, but he's a dick at one point.
We will talk about this next week though, because it is almost midnight here on the East Coast.
Yes. Also, this is an hour and 50 minutes, but yeah, yes, that'll be better. So, yep. Thank you guys for sitting through what I feel like is a normal length episode for our show, but long. Any quick plugs?
You can find me at John JOHN_FN_Siler SCILER, where I plug stuff I'm currently doing for work, stuff that's currently happening in my city, and stuff that we'll be announcing in the future.
All right, and listen to all the other podcasts, rate them 5 stars, tell a friend, and and we'll catch you guys next time. And
Flash!
Hi ho silver! Away!